Let's review the numbers.
The elevator had its own agenda.
Just sit down, please. General, one of my employees keeps arriving late, making jokes, and the team laughs. I need help handling this.
Before I hand you the weapon, tell me one thing. When this employee arrives late and the team laughs, have you ever addressed it directly, one-on-one, in private? Or have you managed it through sighs, general reminders to the group, or silence? Your answer changes the treatment completely.
Honestly, I have never spoken to him privately. I usually sigh, make a general reminder about punctuality, and move on.
That is the real problem, not his joke, your silence. You are trying to correct one person's behavior through sighs and general reminders addressed to the entire team. But a general reminder is not a correction. It punished the whole group for one person's behavior and gave him cover. It is just a background noise. Your employee has learned that he can arrive late without facing a direct conversation, a clear boundary, or a consequence. And when the team laughs, lateness stops being an incident. It becomes a collective habit. Look at your 3 zones. Your work zone. Punctuality is no longer being treated as a real standard. Your power zone. You left the authority space empty. You avoided the conversation that only you could have. He filled the vacuum with jokes. The team followed because nobody stopped it. Your effect zone. The laughter is not innocent. It is turning the violation into team entertainment. This is not because he is disrespectful by nature. This is because you taught him that lateness has no consequence. Your silence became permission. Never forget this. What you tolerated, you validated. But because you have never addressed him directly, you do not have the right to overreact now. You must first correct your own lack of clarity. Then you can restore the standard with a conversation. Not a support conversation, but a frame conversation. Before the end of the week, speak to him in private. Not in front of the team, not in a corridor, not between 2 meetings, in private. And say this: I want to address something directly with you. You have arrived late several times, and I should have spoken to you privately about it sooner. I did not. That was my mistake. The standard is simple. You must be ready when the meeting begins. From now on, every late arrival will be addressed directly. I am not asking you to stop making jokes. I am telling you that lateness can no longer be turned into a joke. Is there a genuine constraint preventing you from being on time? Then stop talking. Listen to the answer. If there is a real constraint, address it. If there is not, obtain a clear commitment. Do you think you could tell him this?
I am not used to saying things so firmly. It makes me extremely uncomfortable. It feels too blunt for me.
Noted. That discomfort is real. I am not dismissing it. But you need to understand what it is costing you. Every time you soften the message to protect your own comfort, the person in front of you receives fog instead of clarity. And fog is not kindness. It leaves the other person guessing whether there is actually a problem. Here is the good news. Firmness does not require a raised voice. It does not require aggression. It requires one clear sentence, delivered calmly. The standard does not move. Only the temperature of the message changes. So, if the first script feels too blunt, use this version. I want to be honest with you because I respect you. I have not been direct enough about punctuality, and that was on me. But I need to correct that now. The standard is simple. You need to be on time. I am not questioning who you are. I am clarifying what I need from you professionally. Same message, same standard, different temperature. Just one question. Is the discomfort about the words themselves or about his reaction to them?
I think I am afraid of both the words and his reaction.
Good. That is honest. Now let us separate the two. The words. You are uncomfortable saying something direct because it feels harsh, aggressive, or unkind. That is a trained reflex. Somewhere along the way you learn that directness damages relationships. It does not. Vagueness damages relationships. It creates resentment, confusion, and distance. Clarity is a form of respect. You are treating him as an adult who can hear a professional standard. The antidote is simple. Prepare the sentences in advance. Write them down. Say them out loud before the meeting. Alone, in your car, at home. The discomfort drops significantly when the words are no longer improvised. His reaction. Your deeper fear is not only what you are going to say, it is what he may do with your words. He may become defensive, he may shut down, he may like you less. But your job is not to control his reaction. Your job is to be clear. A leader who fears one of their people has already lost. If the full script still feels too difficult, begin with one sentence. I should have spoken to you directly about this sooner. I want to correct that. Pause. That is all. That is your entry point. The sentence is honest, calm, and puts you back in your role as a leader. Can you say that one sentence to him this week?
I can say that sentence this week. Thank you, General.
Good. Calm voice, short sentences. No need to apologize for having the conversation. You are not punishing him. You are respecting him enough to be honest. Now go and have the conversation. What you have just seen is exactly how General Roy works inside the app. You describe the situation. The app gives you the diagnosis, the words, and your next move. Start with 3 free interactions.